Bruyne's corner. Holland! Goal! It's Mo Salah! It's Mo Salah! Absolutely sensational!
And we're live. Welcome back for another deadline stream. How are we all this morning? That's a bit too loud. Is that better? Good morning, everyone. Welcome back for another stream. FPL is finally back, mate. I know, finally. God, that FA Cup weekend. Who was here last stream? I was like, oh, it's non-stop FPL. We've got the midweek, then we've got the weekend. And I completely forgot about the FA Cup. So it's good to be back doing another deadline stream. God, that FA Cup weekend as well threw up a few unwanted flags, didn't it? Did anyone come out of that weekend with a flag or two? So we had Cunha getting suspended for 3 matches. We had Mateta with that brutal ear injury, I think it was. So he's out till like Gameweek 30. We had Gordon pick up the red card, so he's out for 3 matches. He misses the League Cup final. Hall's out for the season. It's just chaos, wasn't it? I think Matoma went off with a problem as well, but he's alright if you've got Matoma. So yeah, good morning all. Welcome to the stream. Monkey Man, Ataraxia, Cat, Immortal, Technique, Razan, Music Kiwi, Bettina, AB, Jan, Michael, Lilo, Tom FC, Ash, Razan, Edzo, AB, Nat the One, African Dollar, and everyone else that is here for this deadline stream already. First thing, thank you for being here early as well. Oh, still waking up this morning. I've got a strong tea, 2 tea bags in. I had one of those nights. Does anyone else have this where you just cannot get to sleep properly for some reason? My brain just wouldn't allow me to sleep. I woke up at like 5 and I just couldn't get back to sleep. Horrendous. But big day today. Big day today. We've got obviously all the FPL action. I'm going to FPL meets as well after. So if anyone happens to be in London, I highly recommend dipping in here. The Thirsty Bear in London. Yeah, good place to watch the games, hang out with some like-minded people, watch the footy, drink beer. So that's where I'm headed straight after this stream as well for all today's games. That's at the Thirsty Bear. I think it's by Waterloo Station. So yeah, if you happen to be in London and you've got nothing to do today, then make your way there. Novus, thanks for the 29 months, says, do I sell Hall/Cunha now or wait for more transfers? I suppose it really depends on, if you're not selling them this week, what's your starting 11 like? Because, yeah, if you can, rolling's obviously sensible this week, so you can really attack the blank. But yeah, like if you're forced to play someone you really don't want to be starting, then I would consider selling. There's not really many defender options. It's tricky this week, the defenders. Like I suppose if you can go Hall to an Arsenal defender, that's worth it. But in terms of Cunha replacements, Wissa looks nice. Is anyone going Strand Larsen? How are we doing, Connor? I'm good, mate. Isak out, Haaland in. Yeah, I don't hate that at all. I think that's fine. I'll be doing that next week in all likelihood. That's probably my planned transfer for Gameweek 29. It'll be Isak to Haaland. And I'll probably sell Palmer and I'll probably sell Trent to get me to 11 players in Gameweek 29. I mean, has anyone thought too much about Gameweek 29 yet? Like, are you selling Palmer? Are you selling Salah? Are you keeping both? Are you selling Isak? It's going to be interesting to see what everyone's doing, what the market looks like in terms of transfer activity next week. What's your favourite flavour of ice cream? Jamie's lineup's already set, so he's on to ice cream. My favourite ice cream? God, it depends on my mood. I mean, I like strawberry, I like banana. I like toffee. If I had to pick one, I think it'd be strawberry. What's everyone's favourite ice cream? Bettina says, I'm doing Strand Larsen. Yeah, I feel like I've got a bit lucky with that, but we'll see what happens the next 2 game weeks. Obviously, Cunha suspended, so he's got to play, hasn't he? He's got to play. He's been stuck in my team since around here, I think. I think I bought him around game week 10 or 11. Banana ice cream, is that a thing? Yeah, well, here in England, you can get banana milkshakes from McDonald's as well. You never tasted banana ice cream? Yeah, but the thing is, I have a banana every morning without fail for breakfast. That's all I have. So I've just had my morning banana. That's like what I have every day. I don't have big breakfast. So I think I'm hardwired to like bananas now. Salted caramel's a good shout. Who's your favourite Arsenal player? Oh, that's so tough as well. I really like Ødegaard, and I might end up buying him again next week. Oh god, he was not good for me when I bought him earlier in the season. Those that watch my team selection videos remember I bought Ødegaard. Why did I buy him? Let me look at my transfers. Transfer history. When did I buy Ødegaard? And why? Oh, it was for Saka, that was it. Yeah, Saka got injured. That was back in December. Bought Ødegaard, and then a few weeks later I sold Ødegaard for Bruno. But I mean, they've got Chelsea home, Fulham home, and I only need him for 2 games. So I'm looking at Ødegaard, I'm looking at Bowen. Because if I sell Isak, I can afford someone a bit more pricey. I could just go Gibbs White, I suppose. There's a few options. Bettina says, Oscar, do you remember last stream where I said Palmer will ghost a 2/3 pointer? I do remember. So what's happening this week then? Let us know. How are we doing, Raccoon? What's happening this week, Bettina? How many points is Palmer getting? How many Salah getting? Who's everyone on for captain? Is anyone going Palmer? Or not after what happened last game week? Yeah, I'm on Salah captain this week, Palmer vice. I do think Salah gets reduced minutes. There's no reason why he wouldn't. They've got the second leg of PSG next week, and with the greatest respect, it's Southampton home. So that's a fixture where, you know, they should be able to get a result even if Salah comes off early. Where's the final thoughts video? Yeah, I didn't do one in the end yesterday. I mean, the views were massively down this week. I think because a lot of people are just rolling. Like, who's rolling? Let us know in chat. I reckon about 60% of you are rolling. In fact, let's do a poll. So the views were a bit down because I think a lot of people are just waiting for the blank. So I don't make content for the sake of it. So I just thought, what's the need to do the final thoughts? But maybe I should have done it. So how many transfers are you making? Rolling 1, 2, 3 plus? Let's see. I reckon rolling is going to be the most popular one. A lot of people are rolling, yeah. Toby's rolling. Man Feeling's rolling. Scott's rolling. AB's rolling. So it's Alfie, Nud, Edzo. It's just one of those weeks, like everyone's kind of just waiting for the blank. And yeah, I mean, if you can, it's a nice week to roll, just so you can directly attack the blank game week next week. I was fiddling around with the stream settings, by the way. Does it look better today? Does it sound better? No lag today? How are we doing, Flandy? Tom says, morning Oscar, it's 8 PM in Australia. Start Howson or Mikalenko? Howson or Mikalenko? I think I'd go Mikalenko. It's perfect. Okay, excellent. Good. Yeah, I was changing the settings around, so hopefully it's nice and clear. I might try streaming in 4K sometime, but I don't know how many of you would actually even benefit from that, like if it's worth it. If it's worth risking a 4K stream. I mean, actually, I'd be interested to know, do any of you watch these streams on your TV or anything like that? Is anyone watching on TV right now? Or are you watching on your phone or your laptop? What's everyone watching from? Oh, Vizo, thanks for the super chat. He says he's got Raya, Trent, Munoz, Gabriel, Robinson, Murillo, and Mbumo, Kluivert, Palmer, Salah, João, Pedro, Isaac, Cunha, and Yarmouk. Help, I'm confused. No free hit in 29. So, Raya's fine. Gabriel, Robinson, Murillo. Okay, so that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, this week I would roll Vizo and then make 3 transfers next week to get you up to 11 players. So Cunha's got to go. I mean, you could go Cunha to Wissa this week, but there's no harm in delaying it because you could play João Pedro and Isaac up front. Yeah, that's fine. You don't need. That's all right. Not free hitting next week. I think you can afford to roll here. So you play Trent, Munoz, Gabriel. You play Mbumo, Kluivert, Palmer, Salah. Oh, Yarmouk's your 5th. Okay, so I would play. Yeah, I would do Cunha to Wissa, Vizo, if I were you. That's what I would do. Cunha to Wissa, and then you have Robinson first on your bench, and then you've got 1 extra player now that plays in 29 than you would have had. And then next week, just make a call on what to do with the other transfers. It could be like Isaac and Salah, for example, to another striker and Haaland and another midfielder. But that's what I would do this week personally. Cunha to Wissa. Yeah. I just want to see what everyone said about what they're watching from. Gucci says TV. TV from the home office. Watching on your DS. What? TV and laptop mostly. TV and using my phone for the chat. Oh, nice setup. I've got the phone exclusively for chat. Laptop on the smart fridge. Send your lumps in. Watching on TV, desktop, PC. Okay, bit of variety. iPad. Watching on the toilet. Oh, tablet. I thought you said watching on the toilet. I'm sure someone is right now. Jamie, thanks for becoming an FPL Focal member. Let me get the confetti cannon ready. See if it's working. Have I refilled the confetti? Uh-oh. Oh no. Pressing buttons but nothing's happening. Oh no. Is that not working? Might have to do it manually. There we go. Oh, thanks Alexander as well. Let's do it again. Boom. Thanks very much, guys. Thanks for the support. Joe Antro, thanks for the 20 months as well. Says, morning, mate. Do I start Delap or Wood? Delap or Wood? I mean, Wood's got City. I know he's having the season of his life, but I would rather start Delap myself against Palace than Wood against City. Yeah, that's what I would do. Yeah, thanks again, Alexander and Jamie. Simon says, hi Oscar, bench 1 out of João Pedro, Murphy and Wood. João Pedro, Murphy and Wood. I'd start João Pedro 100%, so it's Murphy versus Wood. I mean, Gordon's obviously suspended, so Murphy's minutes should be a bit better as well, and he's got West Ham away, so I would start João Pedro and Murphy and bench Wood. Edzo, thanks for the gifted membership as well. Thank you very much, Edzo, appreciate that. Are you watching closely was the one that got gifted that. Alexander says, would you take out Trent and Isaac from -4 and in with Haaland and Vardy, or wait till 29? No, definitely wait, Alex. Definitely wait. I mean, Trent's home to Southampton. Isak's got West Ham. I mean, is anyone predicting an Isak benching this week, or do you think he starts, comes off early, something like that? AV says free hit plan for 29. I'm saving the free hit actually. Oh, what's this? Error, please use a keyframe frequency of 4 seconds or less, which can cause buffering. Oh. I don't know how to do that. Maybe I didn't do the settings quite right. Output, where's keyframes? Keyframe interval. 4. Apply. Other than that, it says stream health is excellent. What was I going to do? Oh yeah, 29. Let me just pull up plan FPL. So, new plan. Right, can you see that? Oh, that doesn't fit actually. How do I get this to fit nicely? That's worse. That's better. That'll do. So yeah, 29. One thing I was looking at is I could go Isak to Haaland, Palmer, maybe Ødegaard, maybe Bowen, not sure, and then Trent to Vardy. And that gets me a seriously nice team, if I say so myself, at Gameweek 29. Look. So it'd be Munoz on the bench, Tarkowski for Colwell. I'd even have one player on the bench, and I'd captain Haaland. So that's possibly how I'll line up in 29, and I don't need to free hit. I don't even need to take a hit. How we doing, Dylan? So that's potentially what I'll do next week. I just need to decide whether I sell sell Isak to afford Haaland, and then I can afford someone like Ødegaard or Bowen, or I sell Wissa, but I'll have to get someone like Elanga or Waneri, and I'll have to play Colwell, because obviously I can afford to bench Colwell if I'm selling Isak who blanks, but if I'm selling Wissa to afford Haaland, then it's a bit more difficult. So yeah, I mean, I think that's a nice team for Gameweek 29. That's where I'm at the moment. I'll save the free hit. Not sure when I'll use it yet. Maybe Gameweek 24. Right, let me catch up on chat. I'm well behind. Whoa. Thanks again, Edzo, for the gifted membership. Steve Winyard says, Mo versus Palmer cap. How certain are you on Mo? I just think they're the worst team this season, Southampton. Like, the worst team for XGC. They should batter them. And I just think, even if Salah plays, 70 minutes, for example, he can do the damage. And he's going to be really motivated after the performance against PSG, where he wasn't at his best. So I think it's really close though. In case you guys didn't see, actually, I did a captaincy widget on FPL.page this week. FPL Focal in the App Store. There's a little widget here which shows you the best captains every week, and it updates like every half an hour or something. And it does have Palmer and Salah both 5-star rating this week, so yeah, it's genuinely that close. I think Palmer's perfectly fine, honestly. He's the upside one as well. Like, if you're chasing mini league or rank, then Palmer's definitely an opportunity. But I mean, Salah's having a generational season. I just feel like I can't go against him, against the worst team. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's on 291 points. He needs 13. If he could do it this game week, 13 points he needs, and we'll see the most points in FPL history. Elk says, don't get sued now. Yeah, don't sue me if Salah blanks. Like, if he gets 13 points, new all-time record, and he's still got all those games to go. Absolutely crazy season. Generational season. Manraj says, hi Oscar, no chips left. Do I prioritise getting a squad out in Gameweek 29 or keep rolling through to the doubles? I imagine the hits are coming either way. You got to play both, really. Because if you're getting players that play in 29, you're going to be gaining a fixture that way, and if you're getting players that double, you're gaining a fixture that way, so it's the same difference really. So both. But yeah, tricky situation if you've got no chips. If you can get like 9 or 10 out, then that's fine. Just got to scrape through it, and then focus on double game week 32 for Newcastle and Palace. Struggling with this game, says, hi Oscar, I'm buying Haaland for 29. It would require a -4 and losing Trent and Palmer. To be honest, I'm going to want them back for 30, so is Marmish viable instead? Yeah, I don't hate the Marmish pick. I'm personally not tempted, but I've been saying in my videos this season that this season I'm trying to play differently and just pick players that are trustworthy for minutes. Like, I've not been dabbling with players like, I'm trying to think of an example, like Dango, you know, like Jota and stuff like that at the start of the season, and they ultimately became problems. I've tried to avoid all of that as much as possible. So Marmoush doesn't really tick the box for me in the sense that, is he 100% guaranteed to start, especially in the blank when I need every player? So for me, I would rather lose Trent and Palmer to get Haaland. But I don't hate the Marmoush pick either. I don't hate it. Like, he got the hat-trick, didn't he, against Newcastle, so we know what he can do. It's the only game he's returned in, but we know what he can do. Yeah, so 51% a roll and 32% making 1 transfer, 12% making 2, 5% making 3+. We'll stick another poll up in a minute. Yeah, I think it's fine to lose them. I mean, I'm losing both to get Haaland next week. So I can speak for myself and say I think it's fine to lose both of them. Even for a -4, because let's not forget, Haaland's got Leicester home, game week 30, where you could argue he's the best captain even. But Salah does have Everton home, I suppose. Mr. F says, hey Oscar, I need a -8 in game week 29 to have 11. I had Hull and Cunha and decided to take a -4 to bring 8 Nori in for Hull and in Nkunku for Rodgers. Do I take another -4 next week to have 11? No free hit used already. Yeah, I think taking a -4 to get you 11 is fine. As the old cliche goes, a -4 in a blank game week is a -2. As long as whoever you bring in gets you at least 2 points, right? They might not if you're taking hits for defenders or something like that, or you know, if they get booked, whoever you bring in. But it's a bit easier to justify in a blank game week, because if you're selling someone for a hit that definitely won't play, then they're definitely getting you 0. So yeah, the floor is a bit higher, if that makes sense. So yeah, fine to take a -4 next week for 11. Nothing wrong with that. It's what I would do as well if I was in your position. Matty says, I've done Beto for Cunha till game week 30, 31 thoughts. Yeah, Beto's a nice pick. He's great for the next couple. Obviously 31 Liverpool, not ideal to play him there, but you never know. He scored against them, didn't he, at Goodison Park. Yeah, Beto's fine. I think if I was going for a budget forward, it'd be really close between Beto and Strand Larsen. Because obviously Cunha's out for the next few, so Strand Larsen for 5.2 I think is an option, but Beto's, you know, in better form. So yeah, nice pick. Chris EIW says, yo, replacement for Cunha, you've got Isak and Wood. So if you've got Isak and Wood, I would go Wissa, I would say. Home to Villa. Obviously Villa got the Champions League to juggle. I saw Brentford have got Norgard and Jensen back as well, which is good. So yeah, I would say Wissa is probably your best bet there. Now, you could go cheaper like Beto, Strand Larsen, but I just think Wissa's better than the other options. Really unfortunate, the Cunha thing. I'd be so annoyed if I had him and that happened, because right now every transfer counts, right? And for him to just go and get that red card, I mean, minimum 3 matches. I saw he was charged by the FA, so it could be longer as well. Roberto in the chat, FPL Yellow Army, morning Oscar. FPL Meets today is going to be sensational, especially when Gakpo scores his 10-minute hat-trick off the bench. Do you reckon he's benched then? I did see he didn't train yesterday, so yeah. Again, a bit unclear if he starts, and that's annoying if you've got him, because I know a lot of people kept him specifically for Southampton home this week. What was I going to say about Wissa? There was a Reddit post, you know, someone was analysing Ramadan and the impact on players, and there's no trend of Salah, but in terms of other players that will be practicing Ramadan, Wissa was one of those. Was there any other notable players? I don't think it's anything to read into either, if I'm honest. Like, there's no trend, at least with Salah. I'm not sure about other players. So Wissa, Kudus, Lamptey, Minte, Sarr, Ndai, Konate, 8 Nori are all Muslims, but I don't know if that's going to have any impact on their performance or not. It hasn't with Salah historically. Although I think with Konate, more because of the Champions League and the schedule, I think there's a good chance Kwanzaa starts ahead of him. I'm hoping it's ahead of Konate, not Trent anyway. You're on a minus 12 mark. That's crazy. Aperv says, who to bench between Cliver and Bumo, Bowen, Isak, Wood and Beto. Salah and Palmer stay with 3 defenders, Gabriel Munoz and Trent. Nice defence. So is that just one player to bench? I think it'd have to be Wood against Man City. I'd bench Wood, yeah. Out of all of those. I mean, City battered them, didn't they, in the reverse fixture? 3-0. Makes the most sense to me. Mark says, hi Oscar, hi all. Happy to absorb a price drop to bench Cunha this week. 3 free transfers, Gameweek28. You need 2 to field 11. 1 week punt on Darwin versus Southampton. Minutes could be managed for Salah and Trent. Marmoush or sub 8.5 Gameweek29. Your wild card in 30. I don't hate it, you know, if you definitely can field a good 11 using those other 2 transfers, but it's one of those. I know if I say don't do it, he's going to just batter Southampton. But Darwin, I don't know if I can recommend Darwin. Like, you never know, that transfer could come and be invaluable. And the other thing is, I'm not so keen on 1 week punts this season. Because obviously we've got this new rule now where transfers can roll over through wildcards. My chat's frozen, let me fix this. Oh dear, what's happened here? Obviously you can roll I'll have to close that, reopen it. Transfers can roll over through wildcards, so I feel like 1 week punts are just weaker this season. Because that transfer could be a lot more valuable later down the line than taking a 1 week punt on Darwin, if you know what I mean. Does anyone else feel similarly about 1 week punts now? You know, with this 5 free transfers rule. So that's kind of my thinking on that. I'm just not sure if I would do it. Like, I'm planning to roll in Gameweek 30 with a view to having an extra transfer to carry over through my wildcard. Right, I think that's all fixed now. There we go. So yeah, I'm not a massive fan, if I'm honest, and I can only apologise, Mark, if Darwin batters them, but I wouldn't do it. I would rather have the extra transfer. That's going to definitely come in handy at some point down the line. Like, let's say you wildcard in 30 to set up for the double Gameweek 32. You might need a transfer to swap a few players around in double Gameweek 33. To the Moon United says, Howson or 8 Nori transferred in for Konsa. I would go 8 Nori, just chase the upside. Weaker defence. Better fixture this week, and he's way more attacking, but I'm guessing you can't afford someone like Vardio. I mean, we were here early in the season, weren't we, when Wolves hit that really nice run of games, and 8 Nori was, massively disappointed, didn't he? I remember he scored like 1 goal over that run, and the rest was just 0 and 1 pointers, pretty much. But I think he's fine. Like, you look at the next 2-3 fixtures, he's fine. I'd go 8 Nori. Saki says, I hate this. Bench one of these. So Clive, Bowen, Wood, Bruno, Fernandes, and Isak. I would bench Wood, Saki. I'd bench Wood against City. I think we have to adjust our thinking in terms of City. Like, earlier in the season, they were horrendous, but they have improved a bit, and they've strengthened in January, so I'd personally bench Wood. But let's have a look at the clean sheet odds. Yeah, Man City right up there. They're in 5th. So, sorry. Yeah, they're in 5th, so I'd bench Wood personally. at Willows. $24k Will. Day I lost count of calling Focal sexy geezer. Thanks, Will. Beto or Wissa? I'd say Wissa. Would you start Dango over Semenyo? I'll be honest, I think there might be a chance Dango doesn't start this week. I'm sorry to say if you've got Dango, but I think it's possible Evan Nilsson starts, so yeah, I wouldn't start him if you've got a choice between those two. And a few people are asking Semenyo or Dango. I would go Semenyo. He's just been the trustworthy one for minutes. And that's what I was saying earlier. And I don't know if it's a coincidence, but I'm doing quite well at this stage. And the one thing I've done differently this season, as I was saying, is I've only picked players that are trustworthy for minutes. So, you know, someone like Semenyo, look at his minutes here. He's played 90 for like the last 10 games in a row. Whereas obviously Dango's been coming off early. Like there's the Evan Nilsson doubt now. So I'd recommend people try picking players just completely trustworthy for minutes rather than the ones that are not necessarily guaranteed, could become a headache later sort of players. So, predictions in chat. Who's going to be the top scorer this week? It was Cucurella last game week. He got 15 points. Scored against Southampton, wasn't it? Got the clean sheet, got the 3 bonus. Who do you reckon it's this week then? I'm going to go... Is it someone in that Liverpool-Southampton game? Not Darwin, surely. Bowen top scorer, says Roberto. And Kunku? Yeah, it could be a Chelsea player. I'll go Neto. I think I said Neto last week, you know, and he got a goal and assist, but it wasn't enough to beat Cucurella. Palmer, you know what? That wouldn't surprise me at all. Nketiah, good shout. I went on Roberto's podcast this week. He's in the chat, FPL Yellow Army, and he asked me for 3 differentials. And one of the ones I picked was Nketiah, because obviously Mateta's out. I wouldn't buy Nketiah, by the way, because we've since heard that Mateta should be back around game week 30, so really it's a bit too risky, because you might only get the 1 game out of him. Bowen, Allison, Palmer, peak FPL, Dibbling, Darwin and Kunku. Start João Pedro or Dango? I'd start João Pedro. Yeah, we'll have to see if Nketiah does the job. Obviously home to Ipswich, but he's great if you're playing draft, but I wouldn't transfer him into your proper FPL team. Oh, I haven't done my draft team. Has anyone played draft? I think I'm in the minority that plays draft. Oh, it looks alright this week. A few flags. Annoyingly, I got Saka at the start of the season, and obviously it's been flagged to months, just sitting on my bench, but I can't get rid of him. Someone else will just claim him. Looks alright there, looks alright there. Yeah, that'll do. Alright, keep your questions coming. Thank you everyone for tuning into this stream so far. Do hit like if you've enjoyed it, subscribe if you are not subscribed. Draft is the best version of FPL. Yeah, it's good fun. If I was ranking the game modes, I would say I think I like main FPL more, yeah, the most, and then draft and then challenge. I imagine challenge is more popular though. Morning Oscar, wishing you a good game, love you. Thanks, Senior Lump. Ashes, draft, yes, top of my league. Any team leaks yet? No, not seen anything. What's the schedule like today? It's City first, isn't it? Liverpool 3 o'clock. So yeah, there's a chance we get some Liverpool news. I'll keep an eye on it as the stream goes on. We've got an hour and a half till the deadline, so plenty of time for some bits and bobs to come through. Nothing at the moment though. Napstar says, hi, bench Vardiel or Timber? Vardiel or Timber? Close one, because White's obviously back, and when does he start in right back? That's the question. But Timber's got the better clean sheet odds, I would say. Vardiel bit likely to get you a return. I think I'd actually start Vardiel here, just to play it safe on minutes. Just on that very small outside chance White comes in at right back. I mean, it's got to happen at some point. Timber's played a lot. And Arsenal have got Champions League next week. I actually forget who started right back midweek. Let me check that. Maybe it was White. I seem to recall it was Timber. 7-1 as well. Yeah, it was Timber and right back. So White was on the bench and came on. Yeah, I would go Vardiel. Start Vardiel. Andreas, thanks for the 37 months. Says Marmoush and Agbadou or Strand Larsen and Vardiel. I'd say Strand Larsen and Vardiel. Yeah, if I was picking between those. I mean, Agbadou, yeah, I think he's just back from injury, so he should come straight in, but I think I prefer the latter combination more, to be honest with you. Yeah, I wouldn't feel great about buying Agbadou, to be honest with you. Like, what's his ceiling? 6 points max? Amy Pan says, Hall or Cunha out with 1 free transfer and 1.6 mil in the bank. Do you have to start one of them, Amy? Because if you have to start one of them, and only one of them, then replacing Cunha makes sense to prioritise, because strikers are more upside than defenders. So therefore, I would sell Cunha. In terms of replacements, I mean, Wiss is probably the best bet. Obviously, Wood's got City, so it doesn't really make much sense to buy him this week, but he does have Ipswich in 29. But I'd say Wiss is probably a bit better. I'd feel more comfortable playing Wiss at home to Villa than Wood against City, so I would prioritise that. There's a super chat from SW, message retracted. I didn't see what you said there. Chuck your message in chat again and I'll try and spot it, SW. The Busted Flush says, for Gameweek 28 and 29, Vardiel and Beto or O'Brien and Wissa. For 28 and 29, Vardiel and Beto's much better, I would say. Yeah, I'm not keen on the O'Brien pick, really. Yeah, the first combination's better. I think the upgrade on O'Brien to Vardiel is massive, whereas the downgrade Wissa to Beto is not as significant, basically. SW says, start 2 out of Wood, João Pedro and Nwaneri. I would start João Pedro and I'd start Nwaneri, personally. Yeah, I mean, maybe I'm a bit deluded here with Wood, but I just think Wood's benchable this week. Is anyone else benching Wood? Or is this just something I've come up with? I think it makes sense against City. They got battered 3-0 in the reverse fixture. It's going to be a really tough game for Forest. I feel like City are slowly starting to hit some of that late season form that they tend to hit. I think they're gradually getting there. And it's hard to imagine Wood getting many chances, but I do realise he doesn't need many chances. Man Feeling says never bench the Wood. Yeah, if it's me, SW, honestly, I'd bench Wood, start João Pedro and Nwaneri. I think a lot of people will be benching Wood this week. I'm more worried about Gameweek 29 because I'm not going to have him. And he's definitely captain material in 29 if you don't have Haaland. I mean, who are you guys captain in 29? Have you thought about it yet? Are you buying Haaland or someone else? Oh, that was what I was going to do. A poll on Salah minutes. How many minutes does Salah get? So we'll go 60, 70, 60, 75, 90, and cameo off bench. I think that makes sense, doesn't it? 60, 75, yeah, thereabouts. I mean, he could get less than 60, but we'll go with that. 65, you reckon? Kay says -4 to getting a goalkeeper for a full 11 for Gameweek 29. Yeah, I think it's worth it when you literally don't have 11 players. I don't mind a -4 for someone that gets you 11 players. Like if I was in that situation, I would absolutely be taking a hit in 29, definitely. Yeah, and it'd probably be for someone like Raya, maybe Edison, like if he carries on playing well. Or third choice probably would be Kepa at Bournemouth, since he's got Brentford home, Ipswich home. Salah 90-minute man. Yeah, normally, but will he this week? Will he this week when they've got PSG second leg next week? They're only 1-0 up in aggregate. And Slot said himself they was very, very lucky to come away with a 1-0 result. PSG were all over them. Alisson had one of the games of his life. Absolute brick wall. But yeah, I think we're going to see quite a bit of rotation. I wouldn't be surprised if 5 or 6 players are rotated in the Liverpool team. I wonder if we can find a predicted lineup, see what the fans are predicting. Let's have a look. Predicted lineups. So here's one. I'm not sure about this one, if I'm honest. I'm surprised they've got Konate in there. So that one's Tsimikas, Van Dijk, Konate, Trent, Jones, Gravenberch, Elliott, Diaz, Darwin and Salah. I'd be amazed if... Oh, there's another one there predicting Konate. Maybe I'm wrong. I just think, when are you going to... If you're not going to play Quansah home to Southampton before a second leg in the Champions League, when are you going to play Quansah? So there's another one there with Konate. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, the fans know better than me, so... I'm sure I saw one yesterday that had Quansah centre-back, but anyway. So yeah, quite a bit of rotation there, potentially. Would you start João Pedro over Semenyo if you had him? Yeah, I would. I'd play João Pedro. Home fixture on pens. Eric says Quansah probably starts. It's a tricky one as well if you've got Konate. Like, you have to play him, really, don't you? And just hope if he is benched, he doesn't come on. Probably doesn't come on if he is benched. So, how many minutes does Salah get against Southampton? 45% say 75. And then it's 28% saying 60 minutes. 17% say the full 90. 10% say cameo off the bench. Abby says they might not rotate as much. They can't slip up the league after losing the FA Cup. True, but I mean, what's the gap right now? Isn't it like 13 points? Or something like that. And it's against the team bottom of the league. It just, I don't know. If I'm a manager and I've got a second leg in the Champions League coming up, and I've got such a massive gap in the Premier League, I don't know, I'm rotating quite a bit for this one, personally. Dylan says Jones, Tsimikas and Darwin come in. I would agree with that, yeah. Surely Salah wants to break records. Yeah, I mean, I'm expecting Salah to start, 100%. And he's going to break records. He could break one this week. He needs 13 points to set a new all-time record for FPL points in the season. Back there, 2017-18, he got 303. 303 is the all-time record. He's on 291 with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games to go. And he's averaging 10.4 points per game, so he could get another 100 points if he carries on at current pace. So yeah, he's absolutely breaking the record. Unless he gets injured for the season next match or something. But he's definitely breaking it. He's going to obliterate the record. Let's be honest. Slot desperately wants this. He might never get the chance again. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I'm just personally predicting lots of rotation. It could be a bit chaotic. I've just got Trent and Salah though. And I'm hoping they both start. I think they will. Gomez is out for a while still. Bradley injured as well. So that works in Trent's favour. I think it'll be Tsimikas, Van Dijk, Kwanzaa, Trent back four, but we'll see. Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. Carl says he might play a strong squad, try and wrap the game up by half-time, then rotate. That's also possible, yeah. Yeah, Liverpool could just put 3 past them by half-time and then just bring all the key players off, rotate and rest. That's possible too, yeah. Danny says everyone liked the stream. Thank you, Danny. Yeah, if you're enjoying the stream, do hit like on it. Make sure you subscribe. It's completely free. Abby says that's my guess as well, yeah. Do you think Dango plays? Yeah, I've seen Bournemouth fans predicting an Evan Nilsson start up top. So, again, I think there's a chance he doesn't. FPL Schofield did a thread yesterday. That was his predicted lineup. So he went Evan Nilsson up top, Tavernier, Kluivert, Semenyo. Yeah, Hill and centre back, but don't buy Hill because obviously Zabani's back in 29. But yeah, that FPL Schofield, if you want to read his thoughts. That's just his prediction anyway. So, scout selection. Let us know in chat. How many players have you got? The team is Jurgensen in goal, Trent, Gabriel, Munoz, Salah, Palmer, and Mbumo, Bowen, Watkins, Nketiah, and Beto. How many have you all got? So I've got Trent, Gabriel. I can't really count Gabriel because he's on my bench. Trent, Salah, Palmer, and Mbumo. I've just got 4. 5. Archie's got 7. 4. Heather's got 4. Pinners has got 5. 5, 6, 4. They're picking some players here though that, like, who's going to have Nketiah really? Or Jurgensen. 800k in the world and I'm second in my mini league. Should I go for Palmer captain? I mean, if you want to close that gap and you reckon they'll go for Salah, then yeah, definitely an opportunity. If anyone's not got the FPL Focal app, it's free in the App Store. We've just added a captaincy widget, which basically rates the captains for every game week. So once we hit the deadline, this will update with the best captains for 29. And yeah, Salah and Palmer, both 5-star. I mean, it's a little bit simplified, but I think it's great just at a glance to see who the best captains are. Partnered up with FPL Review for that, using their premium data model. So it is useful, even if it's just a quick 1-minute check every game week. Am I on the right captain here? Clean sheet odds, says Razan. Clean sheet odds are as follows. So it's Liverpool top, 54%. And then it's Chelsea and Palace, 43%. Who's got the top 3? Or 3 of the top 4 in their team? And then it's Arsenal and 4, 42%. I reckon quite a lot of you have got Gabriel, Munoz, Trent. Whose team did I just call out? Or Raya, Munoz, Trent. I reckon that's a lot of you. I've even got Colwell this week, so like, if he can keep a clean sheet, I'll be really happy with that. That was all I wanted last week and ended up scoring, so I feel like it's only 1% different on the clean sheet odds, but if I'm not going to play Colwell home to Leicester, when am I? Trent, Gabriel, Colwell, Alisson. That is a nice quadruple there. Southampton, 3%. I mean, even that's generous, isn't it? 3%. Who went up in price last night? Kirkes, Wissa, João Pedro. João Pedro went up. Cucurella, Trent, Bowen. Palmer went down. Who sold Palmer? Who's caused Palmer to fall in price before Leicester home? Which one of you was that? That's crazy. I know he's been proper disappointing, but selling him before Leicester. And Mbumo rose yesterday as well. And Alisson did. And Beto. Gaz says, Cunha to Beto or Marmouche or Vardy in for Hall. Have you already got Wissa, Gaz? I personally like Wissa more than Beto and Marmouche. But it depends if you've got Wissa or not. Beto or Marmouche? I'd probably prioritise Vardiol. Just to perhaps see that Marmouche starts again. Oh, you've got Wissa, that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, I think what I'd do is Vardiol first, and then you can assess one more week which striker you definitely want. It could be Marmouche, or imagine Strand Larsen has a great game against Everton. You might suddenly think, oh, I'll go for him against Southampton. Or there could be someone else that we're not thinking of. Or you might just think, oh, I'll go for Beto anyway, he's home to West Ham. Whereas Vardiol is just, whatever way you frame it, he's going to be one of the best defenders for 29 and 30. So I think it makes sense to buy yourself an extra week of getting information and then decide which forward to get. So Vardiol in for Hull I would do. Right, we'll end that poll on Palmer's minutes. New poll. Who's your captain? Salah, Palmer, and other. So let us know who your other is if you vote for other. Haaland or Marmouche? Well, if you can afford Haaland, definitely Haaland. Best wildcard team? I would save your wildcard, Steve. I would save it. There's a graphic here. I had it in the experts video yesterday actually, and it kind of shows upcoming blanks and doubles with the percentage likelihoods. And the notable ones, we already know who blanks in 29. We know who doubles in 32. We don't know who doubles in 33 or who blanks in 34. There's a chance we know these 2 weeks before the Gameweek 30 deadline, but it's probably about 50-50 that we know. Are you watching Andy's stream? No, why? Has he got this graphic up? There's about a 90% chance we know before Gameweek 31. So basically, you want a wildcard with that information, because then you know who's going to double, who's going to blank. Otherwise, you're going in blind. LSK says, if Palmer doesn't bang, who's taking FPL Local to court? Not again. I'm up to my neck in lawsuits. So yeah, and then there's also a potential doubles in 36, maybe a blank in 37, but we won't know that till later in the season. But basically what I'm saying is, I would rather save your wildcard till we know what's happening here. And these are basically the odds against the fixtures, what it could look like. So yeah, Villa and City are the likeliest, 93% chance they double. And the rest is a bit up in the air. Arsenal, Palace have a decent chance. Fulham and Southampton have got a chance. And then on the right here is the teams that won't have a double game week. How can you back against Salah if you're not chasing? The guy's an FPL god. Well, that's true. Yeah, I don't feel like I'm chasing right now, and I'm happy to just kind of go conservative on Salah this week. But Palmer's definitely the pick if you're chasing. Firefly says, putting the captain on Palmer feels pretty ominous. Yeah, I mean, it's like last week. We knew what we were signing up for. But, God, that 24-hour wait after Palmer's blank for Salah to play was horrendous. Don't know if I can put myself through that again. Ben says, hey from Australia, dude. How you doing? I'm very well, thanks, Ben. How are you? Shout out Australia. FPL1 says, Mateta out for Strand Larsen, Marmouche or Wood. Who's the best? It's probably Wood out of those three, but it's not great to play him this week. But in a pinch, I'd still say Wood's probably the best, just because of Ipswich in 29 in particular. If I knew Marmouche would start the next three, all of them, then I'd say him, but we'll have to see. I mean, he has started every game so far, come off around 75. And I'm not sure about Strand Larsen. I'm hoping Wolves look good without Cunha, and his minutes look good, but Not sure I'd go there. I'd probably just go safe with Wood. Is the lawsuit actually real? Thought it was a joke. Who's crazy enough to do that? No, it wasn't real. It wasn't real. But I mean, fair play for the effort they went into with that. Did you guys see it? Shout out to Bobby. I don't know if he's here. Don't know if I can show it on screen here. This was after last week. Someone sent this, demanding compensation after Palmer blanked. And they wrote like a 2-page document, and it's got like a request for compensation. It mentions negligent misrepresentation, emotional trauma, and reputational damage. And then it's got like screenshots as well. I mean, I don't remember saying this, so that's dangerous if they're fabricating evidence in court. Hey guys, it's me, FPL Focal, also known as Oscar, and I think everyone should captain Palmer, not Salah. I don't remember those words coming out of my mouth, so that's dangerous what they've put there. But anyway, fair play. Great effort, that. Especially given the fact I might never have seen it. I might never have even seen that email. So yeah, fair play the effort they went in to make that and send it to me by email. I'm glad I saw it though, because that was hilarious. It went proper viral as well. Why benching Larson? I mean, who do I bench for him? Semenyo? I think I'd rather bench Semenyo. Robert says, Oscar, thanks for another good stream and all the useful tips. No worries, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you all being here. Chris says, hi Oscar, I'm still sulking after the past few game weeks. Oh, there you are, Chris. I got a notification. It came up on my phone. What did it say? Like, it said, that's it, I'm done, I'm quitting FPL. And then I opened it to reply, and you literally deactivated your account. Anyway, welcome back. I thought you might be back a week later. Classic FPL that. I'm done with this game. It's like when you get hungover. I'm never drinking again. And then obviously you end up drinking again. Same with FPL. Bad game week. I'm done with this game. But in reality, it's like, yeah, I'll see you next week. That's just FPL though. The highs and the lows. That's why we love it. Those highs are exceptional, aren't they? Kay says, get Enzo in for free. Or roll and start Mikalenko. I think I'd roll. I feel like that transfer is going to be more useful than someone else. Can you afford someone like Semenyo or Kluivert? Or Waneri? I'll see you there, Matt. Thanks for swinging by. If you are leaving. If anyone's just tuned in, there's an FPL meetup in London today, which I'll be going to. Get pissed, watch the football, hang out with like-minded people, talk football, FPL, whatever else. It's at the Thirsty Bear at Stamford Street in London. So I'm going to be heading there straight after this stream. So yeah, if you've got nothing to do today and you're in the area, then swing by. I'll be there about 12:30 onwards. Zaid says, Trent to get less minutes, opportunity to cash in. Oh, I think it's a dangerous game before Southampton home. We did a Salah minutes poll earlier, AHQ. I think it was 75 minutes was the most popular prediction. So no leaks. We might get leaks, yeah, I'll keep an eye on it as we near the deadline. We've got about an hour to go, so there could be some bits and bobs, yeah, as we near the deadline. But obviously Liverpool play at 3, so it's less likely. Yeah, let me ask one of my Liverpool contacts. Oh, I just paused that by accident. Oh, I think I just pressed next song. Right, have you had anything on today's team? Trent, Salah, Gakpo, anyone else? There you go, I've asked him. Yeah, I'll keep an eye on it, and if he replies, I'll let you know. And I'll put it in the bottom left corner where it says starts and benched. Right. Yeah, sorry. So back to Zaid's question. I think it's very risky to cash in on Trent when he's got Southampton home. Like, it's not out of the question that he doesn't start, but I think he starts and comes off early. I agree, less minutes, but what if he gets to like 70? He said Trent and Salah will start, Gakpo won't. So there you go. That might just be his prediction. I'm not 100% clear based on that response, but he said Gakpo won't. I don't know if I should put it bottom left as absolutely definitive, but he said, yeah. He said Trent and Salah will, Gakpo won't. But we'll see. We'll see if it gets anything more nearer the deadline, but yeah, I would trust his prediction if that is a prediction, or he might have insider news already. Kanate. Oh yeah, let me ask about Kanate. Okay, I've asked about Kanate as well. Starboy McGee, thanks for the 20 months. Yeah, my confetti thing's broken. That's a shame. I'll have to fix that for the next stream. He says, would you bench Beto or Wood? I would bench Wood against City and start Beto, personally. I mean, Everton versus Wolves is a pretty nice fixture for Everton. Forest against City, I'd rather bench Wood out of those two. Callum says, Howson or Gabriel? I would play Gabriel, Callum. Better clean sheet odds. Slightly more goal threat. So yeah, Gabriel between those two for sure. These are the clean sheet odds from 11-5 for this week. So Arsenal are in fourth, like 1% behind third as well. So basically in second, like 1% behind second actually, sorry. 42% for Arsenal. Where's Bournemouth? 14. Yeah, so it's not even close. What did that say? Oh, reckons Kanate starts. But yeah, he's not 100% on that. He reckons Kanate starts early changes. Yeah, I mean, it could be like starts and half-time sub. That's the risk. I feel like you have to play him if you've got him, but... Roberto says, Oscar, should I bench Gakpo for Dango? So Gakpo for Marmoush, or just start Gakpo? I feel like, based on that, you could take a chance, Roberto. I can't remember who you've got. Have you got Wissa? You could go to Wissa or Marmoush. I mean, Marmoush is fine if you fancy it. Yeah, Marmoush is fine. I mean, I like Haaland even more. But I can't remember what your front three is, or if you've got another slot to bring in Haaland. You might have Isak, for example, so that could be an option still. I think I would do it, Roberto, and sell Gakpo based on that. Which is a shame, because it's such a nice fixture, and I know you and many others held him specifically for this week, but it sounds unlikely that he's going to start based on what he's just said there. Busted Flush says, play 2 and bench 2. Vardy or Dango, Wood and Beto. I would start Vardy and Beto and bench Dango and Wood out of those. Dango because his minutes are unclear, Wood because of the fixture. Start Beto and Vardy. FCH Sean, thanks for the 29 months, says, good morning Oscar, start Rodgers or Gakpo this week? I'd start Rodgers. Sean. I just started Liverpool in the know, and he seems to think Gakpo won't start, so I'm guessing he's still got this niggling problem with the injury, because Slot said yesterday that Gakpo didn't train yesterday, so it's clearly still a problem. Apologies if it's wrong, but based on that, I think I would just play the predicted minutes and go Rodgers. Otto Ferdinand says, Cunha, Mateta and Beto, would you go for Wood, Marmo / Evan Nilsson? Oh, you've been really unlucky, Otto, to have Cunha and Mateta both pick up red flags like that. I think I'd go Wood, unless you have... No, hang on. So you haven't got Wissa. I'd go Wissa. If I was ranking them, I'd say Wissa, Wood, Marmoush, Strand Larsen, Evan Nilsson. I'm just not sure on Evan Nilsson yet. I think he probably comes back in, but it's not guaranteed. Feels a bit risky. I'd go Wissa, Otto. Otherwise, Wood. Obifuna says, "Hi Oscar, what do you reckon? Who do you reckon is the ideal replacement for Hall and Cunha? Also have the triple captain, wildcard, bench boost, and free hit left. Ideal replacements for Hall, Vardiel, or Gabriel. For Cunha, Wissa, and then probably Wood." Is the music too loud? Let me turn it down. Is that better? It's really quiet in my ear, so sorry about that. AHQ says, "I feel like you could play Strand Larsen over Cliver." Oh, maybe. I mean, Spurs have been prioritising Europa League. Like, we saw that with the lineup last game week against City as well. It was like Kulusevski was on the bench, Son was on the bench, Spence was on the bench. Oh, the song was gone now. Turn it back up. Is it too quiet now? Is that better? What was I saying? Yeah, I don't know. I think I have to start my Bournemouth double up. Even though it is a double up and it's away at Spurs, I think it makes sense to play them over Strand Larsen. I'll definitely be playing Strand Larsen in game week 29. Maybe game week 30 as well, home to West Ham. But I'll have to make a choice. I could bench Wissa away at Newcastle. What was the previous song? That was Boxer Meet Canvas by Wilding. It's actually my cousin's music, that one. Go back to the clean sheet odds for 2 minutes, fella. Alright, here we go. There it is. Would you triple captain Salah? If I still had it, I would save it for double game week 32 on Isaac, double game week 33 if Haaland doubles them, or even double game week 36 where Haaland could double. I think either of those. Let's have a look at who the most transferred players are. Munoz. Munoz is the most transferred. 450,000 transfers in. Then it's Wissa. Then Marmoush in third. Beto, Cliver, João Pedro, Zoboslai, Wood, Mateta. I'm surprised how many players are being bought here that blank in 29. Is there that many players? That many people free hit him? Let's do a chip poll. So captain poll. Who's your captain? 82% Salah, 15% Palmer, 2% other. So let's do a poll on game week 29. Are you free hitting game week 29? The poll is up, yes or no. I mean, that's crazy. Lots of players there. I mean, maybe some players just don't know. Maybe a lot of these are free hitters, not sure. Most transferred out. Hall, Cunha, makes sense. Mateta makes sense. Gordon, Palmer. 266,000 sold Palmer. Isaac, Gakpo, Ahmad, Robinson. Woods has been in heavily sold as well as bought. Interesting. Yeah, you're in a good position with all those chips, Obifuna. Wildcard 31 probably makes sense. Bench boost 33. Free hit 34. Triple captain 36. Ben Wilson, thanks for the super chat as well. Song name. This is the one that I made, actually. It's on my channel. If you go on my channel profile, there's a little playlist called Songs. I think this one's called Serene. It's just a slight variation of the main background song in my videos. Is Asensio a good buy? No, I wouldn't buy him. Ben Wilson, triple captain Salah. I wouldn't, Ben, personally. I would save it. If we go back to this graphic here, showing the potential doubles and blanks. So we've got Man City here, 93% chance of doubling in Gameweek 33. I would much rather use that on Haaland there than Salah now, personally. Start Wood or Enzo from Tom. Enzo. Haaland could also double in 36, so that's another opportunity there. You could use it then. Just think that makes more sense than using it on Salah now. And Salah could get reduced minutes, so I think it's very possible given the Champions League next week. What's your transfer plans? I'm rolling. Team doesn't need a transfer this week. I mean, even my bench is a problem. Like, is my bench in the right order? Gabriel, Strand Larsen. Tarkowski's definitely going last. It's just Gabriel or Strand Larsen. Kano says, start and bench order. Henderson, Fabianski, Trent, Gabriel, Milenkovic, Robinson, Van den Berg, Salah, Palmer and Bumo, Waneri, Cliver, Isak, Wood and Marmoush. So keepers Henderson, obviously. Trent, Gabriel. It'll have to be Robinson. Bench Milenkovic and Van den Berg. Salah, Palmer and Bumo, Waneri, Cliver. All good to start. Isak, Marmoush. So Wood first on bench is what I would do. And then probably Van den Berg and then Milenkovic, just in case Van den Berg starts, because he is back from injury, I think. Double check that, otherwise Milenkovic ahead of him. So Wood, Milenkovic and Van den Berg on the bench. Nice team. Aloe Black says, do you think Salah will win the Ballon d'Or? I mean, he has to. He has to. Like, it'll be robbery if he doesn't, but let's be honest, it's a bit of a PR thing, isn't it, the Ballon d'Or? It's also partly who's got the best PR. But he deserves to. He's like by far the best player in the world this season. Like, Rafinha's having an exceptional season as well, but I just think Rafinha won't have a chance unless Barcelona win the Champions League or something like that, or maybe like win the double or treble, I don't know. Like, assuming Liverpool win the league as well, which seems very likely at this point. Liverpool have to win the Champions League for him to get the Ballon d'Or. Do you reckon? Does he have to? Who's the GOAT in your opinion? Oh. For me, and this is just one man's opinion, Messi. I've got a signed shirt hanging up on the wall. Messi's the shirt from the World Cup. The World Cup he won, sorry. Signed by Messi. The one before they added the star. After they won it. So wrong. I knew that would be a controversial one. I know there's going to be a lot of people that say Ronaldo. We could do a poll on it if you want. But I know it's a very heated debate who's the GOAT. Are you free hitting 29? 19% yes. 81% no. Let's see what the FPL community's opinion is on the GOAT. I'll put someone else in here as well, but I don't know who someone else is. Like Pele, Maradona, Lundstrom. Anyway, I think he deserves to win it. Like, I think he's been criminally overlooked over the years, Salah, because he's one of the greatest players the Premier League's ever had. But for whatever reason, he just gets overlooked a bit relative to how good he is. Aaron Moy, Digne, Viduka, Bentner. Who's everyone's favourite player of all time? Doesn't have to be best player, just like if you've got, I don't know, sentimental feelings about a particular player, or just a player you love. Who's everyone's favourite? Yaya Sanogo. God, that's a name I've not heard in years. Jeez. Bergkamp, good shout. Shearer. Ronaldinho. Maradona, Rooney, Joe Allen, Suarez, Keegan. Mateta, Suarez. There's in case you didn't know, on my site there's this kit tool here. So you pick a team and you can view all the old kits. So you can go like Man United. including like away kits, home kits. There's all sorts there. So you could go like Henry. Oh, that looks weird in a Man United shirt. Let me get that off the screen quick. The old O2 kit. Where is it? FPL.page. If you want to make your own, you can make a profile pic. You just click there or banner. But it's a proper throwback. Where's new? Someone said Shearer. God, it's a throwback, innit? Anyway. Who else did we say? Gerrard, Mustafi. Oh my god. Mustafi. Thierry Henry, Zizou. Alright, we're on that poll. Messi won. Zidane. Clint Dempsey's a good shout. He's a FPL cult hero as well. He was brilliant at Fulham. Ibrahimovic, Aguero. Anyway, that's a proper tangent from the Salah Ballon d'Or question, wasn't it? Todd says bench one out of Wood, Rodgers or João Pedro. I would bench Wood, Todd. Thanks for the very generous super chat, by the way. I'd bench Wood out of those three. João Pedro on pens, home fixture. Rodgers, he's away at Brentford, but Brentford's not like a rock solid defence. I just think Wood makes the most sense against City out of those three to bench. I think it's an opportunity this week. If you've got a really strong team like Todd has, where you've got the likes of Rodgers and João Pedro to start ahead of him, like if Wood does go on to blank against Forest and whoever you've started instead gets something, that's a really nice upside play. I'm guessing his effective ownership is going to be, like 60, 70%. I mean, what was it last week? EO. 63 last week. So yeah, it could be like 50% EO. Oh, that's the other thing I've added. This one's for members actually. But like we always look at overall fixture difficulty rating. If you're a subscriber on FPL.page, I've added attack and defense filtering now. And look, the old dark green colour. Haven't seen that in many years, but I've added it here. So Southampton is officially a dark green on the fixture ticker tool if you filter by that. And that's the defense ratings. What I'll probably do is I'll probably add this as a slide in my final FPL thoughts video as well, just to look at who's got the best attack and defense fixtures for the next 5. So like Wolves are top for attack and defense next 5. Newcastle right up there because of that double in 32, but obviously we don't rush to buy them now. But yeah, we're definitely going to be buying Newcastle Gameweek 30 onwards, aren't we? Brentford home, Leicester away, double Gameweek 32. So yeah, that was a nice addition on the FPL Focal app if you haven't got it. Stop being so flash, Oscar. Nick says 1 million overall, chasing every mini league. Should I captain Palmer? Yeah, if you're chasing, Nick, I feel like it is the chase and play. Again, on the site, Palmer and Salah both 5-star on captaincy rating. On review, I think Palmer was actually slightly top. Yeah, I mean I ballparked 80 minutes for Salah, which puts him on 8.5 points. Puts Palmer on 8.9. So. Reviews actually got Palmer slightly ahead. Very slightly. So it makes sense if you're chasing. Han Joe says Rodgers and Ahmad replacements. Wolves, João Gomez. Probably wouldn't go buy Gomez, no. If I was replacing Rodgers and Ahmad, I would go for the Bournemouth mids first choice, so Kluivert, Semenyo. Beyond that, depends how much money you got. Like Mbumo's better than, or maybe about the same as Semenyo and Kluivert for the next 3. And Mbumo is worth getting. Obviously, costs a lot more. Waneri's still great. I'd consider him. He's like 4.6 mil, I think. I'd rather all of those over Gomez personally. So yeah, Semenyo, Kluivert, Waneri. Anyone else I'm forgetting? This week, like Elanga's not great, but I don't mind Elanga in 29. But you wouldn't want to play him against City is the only thing. Obviously, they've got Ipswich in 29, so Elanga's nice for like 5.3 mil. Obifuna says, thoughts on Strand Larsen, solid differential, no Cunha. Yeah, I don't hate the Strand Larsen pick, honestly, because we're probably going to be wildcarding game week 31, maybe 30. So Strand Larsen works really nice for the next 3, right? Because Cunha's out for the next 3. Everton home, Southampton away, West Ham home. But he's not a prolific striker. Like 7 goals, 2 assists this season. He's pretty streaky. But the alternative is Beto, and he's probably better Beto. But I don't hate the Strand Larsen pick. Don't hate it at all. It's like, especially Southampton. That's a nice fixture, isn't it? But Beto, you don't want to play him in the 30s, so it depends on if you need to play whoever you bring in game week 30. If you do, then I'd say Strand Larsen's slightly better. And yeah, should be on pens with Cunha out. Play Dango. I mean, if you've got no choice, yeah, but it depends who your other options are. Because I mean, a lot of fans are predicting Evan Nilsson to start ahead of him, so it does feel a bit... Yeah, I'm not sure about his minutes this week. Azzy Begg says, hi Oscar, would you play Mikalenko or Dango? Mikalenko or Dango? Tricky one, this. Because if he's benched, Mikalenko 100%. But if Dango does end up starting and gets one more game, then it could be a big mistake to bench him. I think the safe and sensible thing here is Mikalenko. Especially Wolves no Cunha. I think you just go Mikalenko and just bank on the clean sheet odds. I mean, he got an assist last game, didn't he, as well? Not that he does that often. Alright, let me just flick over and see if there's any other team news and leaks. Oops. Right. Lists, leaks. Nothing at the moment. I'll keep an eye on it. Well, we've got 45 minutes till deadline. We've got 1,800 tuned in. Thank you all for being here. If you're enjoying the stream, hit like on it. Make sure you're subscribed. Ben Wilson says it's his first season playing FPL and stupidly played the free hit in game week 4. He's 360k. I can get by in game week 29 with free transfers. What would your chip strategy be in my shoes? And you've got the wildcard, triple captain, and bench boost. Love the videos and the streams. UTFR. What's that? Is that Reds? Thanks, Ben. So you've got your wildcard, triple captain, and bench boost. Well, I would wildcard in either 30 or 31, depending on when we find out who doubles in 33. So let's say we find out just before the game week 31 deadline who doubles in 33, who blanks in 34. I would wildcard in 31. It's a bit hard to say because we don't know who's going to double, but if it makes sense that week, you wildcard with a view to bench boost in 33. And triple captain in 36 potentially, and just hope that Haaland gets a double then. It's a bit hard to say this early because we actually don't know what the doubles and blanks look like. Like, you might find it's a really underwhelming double, in which case you just use a different chip in there, like you just triple captain in 33 instead, or you could wildcard in 34. It's a bit hard to say, to be honest, Ben, because we don't know exactly what the fixtures are looking like yet. We can only go on bookies odds right now. Any news on Marmoush? No news on Marmoush. Wasn't expecting any either. I don't think he's flagged or anything, is he? Fop Mob or One Football? I use Flash Scores the most. What scores app do you guys use? Flash Scores, Fop Mob, One Football, Sofa Score. Is there any other ones? There are other ones I'm forgetting. What's everyone's go-to scores app? VS says, hey Oscar, what's one player you wish you had in your team right now and who would they replace? One player I wish I had was Wood. and he would be in place of Strand Larson on my bench. Because I'm not going to have Wood in Gameweek 29, and his ownership's going to be frightening because he's going to be heavily captained. Sweet Man says the FPL Focal app. Good answer. It does do live scores technically, but it's not going to do it in real time. But it does do live bonus, which is quite handy. And it does now say, when the games are actually on, it will say live underneath the score, and the bonus updates in real time. But it's not as live as actual scores apps, but it's just good for live bonus. Sofa score, live score, FOT mob is goated. BBC. Sofa score, flash scores all day. Damn, there's not much flash scores representation here. Premier League live ticker. I've never seen that, Jack. I didn't know that was the thing. What, does it like cover all the games and just give you commentary or what? Yeah, it'd be Wood vs. I mean, other than that, I'm pretty happy with my team this week. I feel like my team's in a really solid position this week, and I can roll again. So I'll have 3 free transfers in Gameweek 29, and I'll spend all 3. That's my plan. I'll probably buy Haaland. I'll definitely buy Haaland. Sorry, I'll definitely buy Vardy, and I just don't know who the midfielder would be. But I just can't find. There's no way to get Wood in. But Haaland, Wissa, and Strand Larsen's, you know, perfectly fine front 3, and I'll captain Haaland. Nicky says the Premier League app, Sofa Score, live scores, live soccer TV. I haven't seen that one. Right, Mark says took the leap. Cunha to Darwin, he did it, and he says I have a feeling about his link up with Salah this week. Besides, I don't want another lawsuit. Jakes, good luck all. Good luck, Mark. I mean, he has to start, surely. Has to start. Especially like that in the nose said Gakpo won't, in their opinion. So what will it be? Luis Diaz, Darwin, Salah? Or could he play Jones left wing? Something like that. But yeah, Darwin, I mean, he's got to start. I mean, you'd fancy him to probably play 90, right? Or maybe like Jota gets 10, 20 minutes in his legs to start the second leg. Yeah, good luck with it. Anurag says, hi, 1 free transfer, 0.3 mil on the bank. Colwell, Trent, Gabriel, Palmer, Kluivert, Semenyo, Salah, Rogers, Wood and Isak. Cunha, Mikalenko, agrees on the bench. Should I sell Cunha? I'll start someone else. Also, not sure if I should free hit 29 or not with this team. So, yeah, I would consider Cunha to Wissa and bench Wood. Wissa's great for the next few game weeks. Doesn't blank in 29. Cunha will now, obviously. So I would do Cunha to Wissa. In terms of free hit in 29, so you've got Colwell, Gabriel, Palmer, Kluivert, Semenyo, Wood, Mikalenko, Wissa. Nah, you don't need to. You'll be fine. Even if you just use 2 transfers to get up to 11 and take a -4, it's worth saving your free hit. Yeah, definitely save the free hit. I'd consider the Wissa move. Is your assistant manager triggered? No, I used it. I used it in Gameweek 24. Long gone. My chat's froze here. Let me just refresh this. Right, pop that out, put that there, close that. Right, we're back. Are we back? Ooh, a bit laggy there. Hopefully the stream's alright. There we go. Gerald says, who to start, João Pedro or Rogers? I'd play João Pedro, Gerald. He's got the home fixture, he's got the penalties. João Pedro for me. Starting to play a bit better again recently as well. Yeah, João Pedro. Krishna says, good idea to triple captain Salah this weekend. I would save it. OMG also said, best game week to triple captain. I would save it personally. First of all, because Salah could come off early, could get limited minutes because of the Champions League. and the busy schedule and so on. A really important game next week. But also, we're going to have more doubles. Game week 32 is the confirmed double, so you could use it on Isaac. Man United home, Palace home, that's pretty nice. Game week 33 will be a double. We don't know who, but about a 93% chance Haaland doubles in 33, so that's another opportunity. Game week 36, probably going to be a double as well. And it could be City again, so probably going to be 3 double game weeks to come still this season. Small chance of 4. So I would rather use it in a double game week. 2 bites of the cherry. Is that the saying? 2 bites of the apple. It's 2 bites of something. I'd rather 2 bites of something. Trinity says, Oscar, my mum says I should ask if Roger should start. And she'd really appreciate it. She subscribed. He should do. And it's not guaranteed, but Emery plays in pretty much every match. Like, has he even been benched in the league this season? I'm trying to remember. Potentially not. He should start, yeah. I'd be surprised. Not an easy game either, away at Brentford. So yeah, I'd save the triple captain personally. VS says... Oh, same question from VS actually. So you referred to my answer just now, VS, on triple captain Salah this week. What transfers has everyone made this week? Let us know in chat. What transfers? Or re-rolled? Like, I guess a lot of people are selling Cunha, Mateta, Hall. I'm guessing that's a lot of the transfers. It's last bite of the cherry. Oh, okay. I got that. I think I got 2 sayings mixed up there. Anyway, what I was saying is I'd rather have 2 swings of the axe. I think I'm making them up as I go here. I think I'd rather have 2 attempts in a double game week than 1 attempt of Southampton now. Paul's gone Mateta to Marmoush, nice. Cunha to Beto, nice. Cunha to Wissa, also nice. Cunha to Marmoush, I like it. Oh, I need to post my team actually. Let me take a screenshot before I forget. Alright, let's flick over to here. New post. Game week 28. Rolled the transfer. Alright, that's posted. Bench Evan Nilsson, Wood or Bowen from Jack. I'd bench Wood out of those 3, Jack. Bradley, I think, it's frozen again. Let me fix this. God, why does that keep freezing? Alright. Just want to make sure I don't miss chat messages. I'm just fixing that. Alright, sorted. Oh wow, I'm well behind, sorry. Camillo and Samir, thank you both for becoming members. Let me manually activate the confetti, there we go. Thank you both for that. Oh, that's not what I wanted, that's the cat. How do I... that one I meant, there we go. Thank you both for that. Camillo and Samir, thanks for becoming members. Welcome to the new members. If anyone else wants to be a member, it's the join button below the stream. You get the Members League, early access to videos, a little badge by your name every month. The members channel Discord, and it supports the channel. A&J says bench Semenyo or Rogers. Pretty close that one, but I would say I'd start Semenyo over Rogers. Personally. That is genuinely 50-50, but that's my gut feeling. I'd start Semenyo over Rogers. AJ Lewis says 7.3 mil. I need a forward. I have Wood and Marmoush. I would go for Wissa, Lewis. I'd go for Wissa. He's like 6 point something, 6.3, 6.5. So you can you can afford him and have loads left over. Wisser I think makes the most sense. Yeah. Like Wood is fine, you've got him. Marmish is fine. Strand Larsen's a bit of a question mark. Beto's all right for the next two, but I think Wisser's probably the best, I would say. Victor, thanks for becoming a member as well. Thank you, Victor Ilievsky, for your support. Welcome to all the new members. Manu says, hi Oscar, it's been a while. Does Dango start? Well, there's some fan predictions that I've got Evan Nilsson starting, so it does seem pretty 50-50, I'll be honest. Like, if you've got a good alternative to him, I'd consider starting them ahead of Dango this week. Clean sheet odds. Alright, here they are. It's from 11FI. Bradley Hanna says, thoughts on who to sell Cunha to? You've got 1.1 million in the bank, and you've got Isak and Mateta, and you're on free hit 29. And you also have Hall. You're on free hit 29. Interesting. So you can buy anyone you want, but the question is who's worth buying this week with a good fixture this week and in 31. Let's look at the ticker. Is there anyone we're overlooking? I mean, there's no Chelsea striker, no Palace. Well, Nketiah is a bit risky because Mateta could be back Gameweek 30, but you could take the chart. You could go for a massive punt on Nketiah. Like, no one's going there. The only people that can go there are the free hitters, but it also depends on if you can get through Gameweek 30. If Mateta's back by then, you know you're going to have a striker. It's just which one do you start, and can the rest of your team cover them? I mean, there's Strand Larsen as well. Home to Everton, he has to start with Cunha out. He has to start against West Ham. Free hit's obviously relevant because 29 is irrelevant because you free hit him. Honestly, the only ones I can think of is Nketiah and Strand Larsen if you're free hitting. I mean, you could go for Marmoush. It's Forest this week, it's not great, but it's Leicester in Gameweek 30. I think you can afford him. One of those I'd go for. Marmoush is the most upside pick. Oscar, did you used to play PES or FIFA? I used to play, I think it's called Pro Evo Soccer way back, but then FIFA for the longest time. Yeah, one of those, Bradley. You can't really go wrong. They're all sound options. Marmoush is like the most upside pick, right? That Leicester game in Gameweek 30. Magnus says, isn't Nketiah a solid alternative to Mateta, assuming a free hit 29 anyways? Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying just now to Bradley Hanna, Magnus, yeah. Like, he has to start this game week with Mateta out, and if Mateta's not back in Game Week 30, then you've also got Southampton after. So yeah, if you're free hitting, he is an option to consider. I'd be less inclined if you've used your wildcard already, but obviously if you've got your wildcard, then you can always get rid of him just afterwards. And that's the thing, I guess. If you're in a position where you've still got your wildcard, you can kind of afford to take these little punts for the sake of 2 or 3 weeks. And then you just get rid of them after that. Now, ordinarily, I wouldn't be recommending it because you don't want to buy a player that you're going to have to sell after like 3 game weeks. But it's an option when you've got the wildcard. Salah says bench 1, Semenyo, Cliver, Wood, and João Pedro. I would bench Wood, Salah, out of those against City. The others just have a much better fixture. That's what it boils down to. Tim's in the chat. He says, sorry, I'm out of the house and I can't member gift on my phone. So here's something for Teddy. Shout out to my dad, Casey, marching on together. Oh, you're going to make me emotional here, Tim. He said Leeds coming back next season. Like and subscribe, everyone. Yeah, if anyone doesn't know, Tim's dad was a lifelong Leeds fan, and he passed away a few days ago. So RIP to Tim's dad. And I hope Leeds doing proud this season and come up. So yeah, RIP to Tim's dad. Thanks for swinging by, Tim. What do you think about Dango? Yeah, we're just talking about Dango, and the fans are predicting a potential Evan Nilsson start, so I'd be reluctant to start him if you've got other options you can play. If anyone's just joined late, I'm rolling this week. That's my plan. I'm rolling the transfer. Nice to see everyone paying their respects in chat as well. Yeah, I mean, hopefully Leeds win the championship and they're back up next season to do them proud. They're well on their way. Marcus, thanks for the 31 months. He says, start Henderson or Verbruggen goalkeeper. Got Munoz already. I would say Henderson. He'll have better clean sheet potential this week, I'd imagine. It's probably fairly close, but let's check. Palace 43%, Brighton 30%. So yeah, Henderson. Nothing wrong with doubling up. Nothing wrong with doubling up. Taron Baines says Rodgers replacements budget up to 5.9 mil. Up to 5.9, I would say Semenyo. I think he's just under, right? Yeah, he's 5.7. Didn't Dango start games even before Evan Nilsson's injury? I can't remember now. Yeah, because he is a winger as well, so it is possible he also plays along with Evan Nilsson. But fans are predicting Evan Nilsson, Tavernier, Cliver, Semenyo as the possible attack. Could be wrong, but that's just the predictions that I've seen doing the rounds by fans who know Bournemouth better than me. So yeah, I'd say Semenyo is probably the best option up to 5.9. Aside from that, there's not many options. Waneri is the only other one that I'd like. Cliver, I think you can't afford. Yeah, he's 6.1. Will you watch the Sidemen charity match? I actually got invited. I got invited VIP tickets, and I'm a bit annoyed that I got back to them too late, because that would have been so good. Yeah, they sent me an email specifically saying, would you be interested in a VIP ticket? First come, first serve. Let us know what you want to eat while you're there and all this. And yeah, I got back to them too late, unless they've replied today. But that's fine, because I'm going to FPL meets instead. FPL Tony says Salah off. What's he saying now? Let me check this. Where has he said that? That's 3 days ago. That's the Champions League when he came off early. And it was like 5 minutes early, so I think he was joking a bit there anyway, because it's not really a rest when you're coming off like 86 minutes. All right, there we go. Keep your questions coming. We've got, how long? 20 minutes till the deadline. Any leaks? No, I mean, I asked the Liverpool in the know, and they think Trent and Salah will start. Kanate, they think probably will as well, but comes off early. Gakpo, they reckon, doesn't start. But nothing concrete, so that's why I've not put it in the bottom left corner. We'll do a poll on the Sidemen thing. It's YouTube All Stars and Sidemen, isn't it? They raised like 2 million last year, which is pretty crazy. Like, fair play. I don't know why they've... It must have just been because of scheduling reasons, but it clashes directly with the 3 o'clock games, doesn't it? So it would have been... I was going to say it would have been perfect over the international break, but that's probably why there was no availability, if that was the reason, because it's an international break, so Wembley's probably needed. Anyway, I've stuck a poll up. How are we doing, H-Monkey? Waneri or Enzo to start? Oh, you got to start Enzo, I'd say, against Leicester. Yeah, Enzo. Carliga, thanks for the 24 months. Says, start only one out of Timber, Waneri and Wood. Out of those three, I'd say Waneri. Wood's got City. Timber, just because of the outside chance White comes in. So, process of elimination, Waneri will play. So, Waneri, I'd start him. Happy birthday to Divian. Wood or Gabriel? Gabriel. Dango or Wood? Wood. Tim the legend. I know, he is an absolute legend around here. We do love Tim. VS says, what's the Nest best? Do you mean best? Best choice for keeper this week? Best for this week? Well, if I could have anyone, then Alisson technically has the best clean sheet odds, but he's not someone I'd want as my only keeper because of the blank in 29. How are we doing, Flames? Yeah, Liverpool have got the best clean sheet odds this week, so purely for this week, Alisson. Kluivert or Waneri? Oh, probably Kluivert. Vardiel or Robinson? Vardiel. Marmoush or Wood? Marmoush. Wood or Kluivert? Kluivert. Keep or sell Gakpo? I have a feeling he's not going to play today, or not going to start. So I'd probably sell if you have to play him and he's a problem in your starting 11. Then I would sell him. If you can afford to bench him, then it's fine to just roll for a week. Henderson or Pickford? Henderson. Raul or Wood? Raul. Raya or Pickford? Raya. Beto or Wood? Beto. Semenyo or Vardiel? I'd just start the attacker, start Semenyo. Semenyo is really unpredictable, that's the problem. Like, if you start benching him when it's tougher teams, you're asking for trouble. Because you look at the games he's returned in, it's just so unpredictable. Like, he got the assist against Southampton, but then he scored against Forest, assist against Newcastle, he hauled against Chelsea, scored against City. He's just all over the place. Like, so he's just one of those, you just start him every week, in my opinion. Robinson or Aina to play? Robinson, Connor. I'd be surprised if Forest keep a clean sheet against City, but stranger things have happened. Wood or Rodgers? That's quite close. I'd say Rodgers just about. So 60% have gone Sidemen, 40% YouTube All-Stars. There we go. Alright, we've got like 15 minutes left, so we'll put a final captain poll up. Poll is up. Get your votes in. Can we see the clean sheet odds? Yep, here they are. So Liverpool 54%, Chelsea and Palace 43%, Arsenal 42%, City and Wolves 32%. Cristobal says, hello Oscar, which one should I bench? 8 Nori, Gabriel, Bruno, Dango and Vardiel. If I was picking one of those, I'd probably be Dango and just take the chance that the fan predictions of him being benched are right. I've seen a lot of fan predictions that have got Evan Nilsson starting over Dango. It's possible they both start. It's possible Dango does start, but just given he's the one that's uncertain for minutes, I'd say Dango. Obviously Bruno's got Arsenal, which isn't great, but I think Bruno's someone that's okay to play when he's home to Arsenal. Flash says, is it worth free hitting if you can't get 11 out next week? I would save it, even if you end up with like 10. Like if you have to take a -4 or a -8 even to get to 11, and you know you've got like all the best players covered, I think that's worth it and you save the free hit. Because the free hit should in theory gain you more than those 8 points later in the season. But obviously some of you might be in a position where you've got far too many players out. Like you've got Isak, Hall, Salah, Trent, Cunha, Mateta. It's just like in that situation, there's what can you do? You just have to use the free hit, and it is what it is. Bradley Hannah says, best wildcard week for people on free hit 29. It really depends on how your team is coming out the blank. Because we should know by game week 31 who doubles in 33 and blanks in 34. So if your team's not set up well enough for, first of all, double game week 32, Palace and Newcastle, but also double game week 33 and blank game week 34, then it makes sense to wildcard just before that. And then you can set your team up to tackle all 3 weeks in combination. So I think that's going to be the most popular week. Obviously, if we know before game week 30, then that's also a nice wildcard week, but that is about 50-50 whether we know then or not. Agraya says, hey Oscar, I'm chasing rank. So Neto captain, what do you think? Neto, I think Palmer's the one if you chase him. I get it, like Neto, he's been playing striker, goal and assist last match, but I think Palmer's the one if you chase him. Hey Oscar, when Isak get limited minutes versus Wood, so bench Isak, your opinion? I would still rather start Isak over Wood. Yeah, you might get limited minutes. You know, Isak could be off at like 70 minutes, especially if the game's wrapped up. What if it's not? It is a week until the League Cup final. So it's just like an ordinary schedule in that respect. Do you know what I mean? So I don't think I'd risk benching Isak against West Ham for Wood against City. If it was a better alternative or a better fixture for Wood, then I'd be more inclined. But I don't know. I feel like you play the fixture there, and if you've got a good bench depth, I feel Wood is benchable, but could be famous last words. So I've rolled this week, and then next week, to be confirmed exactly what I'll do, but one thing I'm looking at is Isak to Haaland. I'd probably sell Palmer. I don't know who yet. It could be Ødegaard, it could be Bowen, it could be Gibbs White, and then Trent to Vardiel. So that gets me 12 players that play in 29. And I'd bench Colwill. So it'd be Raya, Gabriel, Tarkowski, Vardiel, Cliver, Semenyo, Mbumo, Bowen, Wissa, Haaland, Strand Larsen. 11 players. Colwill first on the bench. That's my current plan for next week, but we'll see. As always, I'll be doing my team selection video and other content next week. Probably do a video tomorrow as well, so make sure you're subscribed if you're not already. We're heading into the crunch part of the season now, with the double game weeks and blanks coming. Luke says, thoughts on triple captain this week, or is there a better game week? Yeah, I'd save it, Luke, just because we've got a double game week 32 100% happening. So Isak's an option. He's got Man United home, Palace home, so it's a home double. City almost certainly double in 33, so Haaland looks good then. City could double in 36, and other teams could as well, so I would save the triple captain personally. And obviously Liverpool have got the Champions League against PSG midweek, so Salah's not guaranteed to play 90. Just checking for leaks. Nothing at the moment, just like predicted lineups. Yeah, I'll keep an eye on it. We've got like 10 minutes till deadline. Keep the questions coming. Yeah, same answer, Ahmed, in terms of should I triple captain Salah. He says he's really tempted. I just think given he's not guaranteed to play 90, plus we've got double game weeks. Like someone like Isak with a double game week should do better than Salah in a single game week. Just mathematically speaking, when they've got 2 games, they should do better than Salah with 1. Obviously, it depends on the player. You know, if it was someone like, trying to think of an example, like a NAF forward that's got double game week, then obviously you wouldn't back it. But it's Isak with a home double. And obviously everything's doubled, so you get the extra appearance points as well. Nathan's just wildcard and says Captain Haaland. I think it's Palmer or Salah this week. I mean, look at the poll. 79% Salah, 20% Palmer. Only 2 or 1% have gone other. So it's pretty one-sided. Gakpo news. All we've really heard from Slot is Slot said he didn't train on Thursday. So I think he's a doubt to start. Plamo says, "Hi Oscar, I love your content. What position are you in the Second Chance League?" 19k. And then 15k overall. So I don't know why. I always seem to do better in the second half of the season. I think it takes me quite a long time to like really get into the ebb and flow of the season and maybe like get a feel for all the players and what's the template, who are the best picks, the best teams to target and so on. It always seems to take me a while to like adjust to that. I've not really been one of those that just fly out of the gates. What position do you play in real life? I'm centre mid in real life. Left footed. But I mean I can kind of play wherever. I play every Wednesday and it's just kind of like 7 or 8 aside. I tend to just play like a left back and invert to midfield at that. Start Beto or Wood? Beto. Wood or Rogers to start? Rogers. Wow, Marky started at 4 mil and you're now top 2k. What's everyone's rank right now? Let us know your ranks in the chat. Let me check for leaks again while everyone lets us know their ranks. The problem is Liverpool play at 3 o'clock, so it's unlikely we'll get something this early. Yeah, nothing. We might get something for City because they've got the early kickoff, but nothing at the moment. 3k, 75k, 586k, 3 mil, 300k, 500k, 4 mil, 200k, 4.5k. Daniel says, "Don't make me say it." 789k. Third. You're third in the world. Let me verify that. There's no way you're third. You're not third. Someone with a totally different name is third. Third is Charlie, actually. He's on Twitter. I don't know if he watches E-streams. Freda says, "Please share your background music." This song is... Almost all these songs are Harris Heller because it's copyright free, but there's a few songs I've made myself in here. I've actually got a channel where I post songs that I make. I've never shared it, but if you guys are interested, I can drop the link in chat. It's just a fun little side project. They're not particularly great songs, but I make a few that I use in the streams. It's a little side quest. Drop it, okay. There you go, Oscar songs. Don't expect them to be bangers or anything, but that's the channel. I'm not trying to grow it or anything either. It's just something I do on the side. I like to do bits and bobs like that. Do the odd side quest. Pat says, play Mikalenko or Robinson with Cunha out. I'd play... Probably Mikalenko and just play the clean sheet odds. Gonna play these at my wedding, thanks. No worries, Marky. DJ Focal. Any City leaks? No, strangely not. I don't know what's happened with City leaks this season, but we've just not had much, have we, from Tony and FPL Main Road. Those are the main two. They've not tweeted anything, so it doesn't look like it. I know Tony's got it on Patreon now, hasn't he? So forgot the A. Is it intentional? Yeah. Well, I couldn't think of a name, and to be honest, I'm not even bothered about growing the channel. I just wanted to dump the songs somewhere, so I just went with Oscar songs. The boot boy at City got fired. Oh, was he the one that was leaking? Yeah, that's fine if you got Pickford though. I mean, if you want a hedge with Robinson, that's fine. Because obviously Robinson is more attacking. Like, he has a chance of a return. But the clean sheet odds are in favour of Mykolenko, right? 29%. Everton. Where's Fulham? 19. So, you know, the clean sheet odds do favour playing Mykolenko against Wolves. And obviously Cunha out, as you say. The double up is okay. I think lots of people will be doubled up this week. Whether that's on, you know, double Arsenal, double Palace, some, double Everton. Obviously, lots of people have got Everton players from the old double game week. Oh, sorry, Luke. He says, what do Man City need to double in game week 36? It's, I think it's if they reach the FA Cup final or semi-finals. No Marmouche, lazy FPL. Let me check that. Marmouche does not start. So that's lazy FPL. I'll check that in the corner real quick. They are generally pretty reliable for City. Fresh source, they said though, and they said, as always, please use at your own discretion. So, if you've got Marmouche, yeah, that's one to strongly consider whether to start him or not, and maybe not buy him. Foden starts, Marmouche benched. Yeah, FPL Main Road said it as well. I'll retweet that. There we go, put it in the corner. God, did anyone buy Marmouche? That's really unlucky. If you just bought him. Oh, super chat, sorry. Waneri or Minte? Waneri, Manuel. Ron says, hey Oscar, would you start Bruno or Evan Nilsson? Oh, I'd probably go Bruno just to be safe for minutes. Start Wisser or Wood? What to do with Hall from Qureshi? I'd start Wisser over Wood. Hall's a sell, but it doesn't have to be this week if you've got an 11. A lot of people just bought Marmouche. Oh, yeah, this is the thing. Lazy FPL's been wrong a lot, but FPL Main Road said it as well, and they're pretty reliable. I mean, I've never seen FPL Main Road wrong, personally, but I might be mistaken. João Pedro or Wisser? Probably João Pedro, Whacker. Oh, it's close, that one. Yeah, João Pedro. Bench Wood or Bowen? Bench Wood here for FPL. I think I'm caught up. God, last minute panic there. Yeah, I mean, if that leak is accurate, then obviously commiserations anyone that just bought Marmouche, because that's very annoying and very unlucky. It's also, by the way, why I always make my transfers during the streams, because you never know what's going to drop last minute. So it's good practice to make your moves like last minute, just in case we get stuff like this happen. This is one of the songs actually on the other channel that I made. Anyway, probably not the right moment. Some people are still probably pissed off about Marmouche. Play Marmouche or Dango? Dango. Start Bowen or Enzo? Enzo. Wood or Rogers? Rogers. You've all got like 30 seconds left. So yeah, FPL Main Road said Marmouche bench, Foden starts. And that is it. That's the deadline. We're there. Gibetti says, I knew to hang on to the last minute for Marmouche and I went for Wisser instead. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, we do get these leaks, whether you like them or not. You can't stop them. They can't be plugged. They just come out, and they can be really helpful. Like, if Marmoush, if that is in fact correct, we'll find out in like 15 minutes. Then, yeah, that goes to show like how valuable the leaks can be. Anyway, I can't stick around today because I'm going to FPL meets, so we're gonna have to wrap it up super quick. As I said, if anyone is in the area in London, I'm heading here today. There's a meet up in London. Get pissed, watch the football, hang out with like-minded people. So I'm going to be heading there. I'll be there about 12:30, just in time for kickoff. Maybe might just miss kickoff. If anyone's not got the FPL Focal app, it's free in the App Store. Just search FPL Focal. Other than that, thank you as always for tuning in. I appreciate you all being here. Good luck this game. I hope you'll smash it. I hope you'll get green arrows. That's it from me. Focal out.